Yogis, welcome to your yoga practice. I am Anne. Don't forget to like and subscribe this video so you can save it for later. Today we are going to be working on a full body balance. So come to your mat. Let's get grounded. Find a comfortable seat. Crossing the legs, you can sit up on a bolster if you like. Let your palms turn down on your knees. Touch your thumb to your index finger. Just gently relax your neck and shoulders and close your eyes. Start to follow your breath. Just taking a moment here to fully arrive to your practice. Not feeling rushed. Let go of your day. Let go of any expectations you have for your practice. We come to today's practice with a clean slate. That doesn't matter if you've been practicing for years or you're newer to the practice. Each time we come to our mat is the opportunity to start something new. So let's hold the idea of an open mind collectively as our intention. And to free our mind, I like to move into a balancing practice. Physically balancing the body, but also balancing the busyness of the mind. Take a deep breath in through your nose. Let your breath go. Inhale through the nose. Let it go. One more time. Inhale. And let it go. Move your breath in and out through your nose. Create a little ha sound in the back of your throat. It's like you've turned on a little heater, so you can gently hear your breath, but it's not too forced. That ha is on the inhale and on the exhale. Bring your fingertips to the ground in front of you and walk your hands forward, bowing over your shins. Let your head drop, relaxing tension in the back of your neck. Keep rooted through both sitting bones. Don't lean so far forward that your butt has lifted. Maybe walk your hands a tad bit further forward. Feel opening across your back. And walk your hands over to the right, focusing on the left sitting bone, staying rooted to the earth. Just feel a gentle stretch in your back, your hips. Becoming in tune with what body we brought to our mat today. Is it open? Are you feeling tired? Are you stiff? Are you energized? Just pay attention to what the body is saying right now. Go all the way across now towards the left side. And again, focus on the right sitting bone, really staying rooted. Breathe into what you feel without holding any judgment. So if you happen to be really stiff or feeling tight, don't let that, oh, I'm tight or I'm stiff. Just observe like it's not your body. Walk back to center and just slowly ragdoll up through your spine. When you come up, shrug your shoulders up, back, and down the back. And then take your hands, interlace them at your lower back and open your chest up. Bring your palms really close together. So as you're interlacing, your hands are together and you're not pushing out through your wrists here. And as you're opening up the chest, you might realize you need a strap. You can use that between your hands if you do. And we're going to let our right ear fall down towards our right shoulder. And just slowly circle chin to chest. Left ear towards left shoulder. And come up through center. And go around to the right one more time, just nice and slow. I'm not really dropping my head back, so just kind of coming up through that neutral place. You might feel popping, that's normal, and then switch directions. And as we're opening our neck, our shoulders, and our chest, let any stress you're carrying just drip off the back of your body. We all have different stressors, right? Things we have to do that we don't feel like we have time for. Anything major going on in the world can be a stressor. Release your hands, shake out your wrists. I always wear so many bracelets that I'm like making music every time I do that. I don't know if you guys can hear it or not. Come forward onto your hands and your knees, and then slowly do some hip circles here. So they can be small hip circles, or they can be really big and deep. But you're just loosening up not only your wrists and shoulders, but your back and your hips too. Moving to your breath. So again, those stressors can be something within, something you're battling, a conversation you need to have, a relationship you need to let go of. It can be physical stuff in your house that you need to declutter, switch directions. It can be an outside source, something going on in the world that feels really depressing or unsure of. So again, try to let those things just drop off your physical body here while you're on your mat. Be here with yourself, slowly peeling back layers. Come back up onto your hands and your knees, tuck your toes, hips go up and back into down dog. Let's pedal our legs one at a time, bending the knees, shifting your weight. Shake your head yes and no if that feels right. Let go, let go, let go. Walk your hands back to your feet. Feet are hips width, so that's at least 2 fists between your feet. Head hangs, grab for opposite elbows, and gently sway yourself side to side. Feel your back body. Experience what's going on physically in your joints and your muscles. Do bend your knees if you feel extra tight today. Switch which hand is on top. That will help to balance our brain. We always kind of set up the same way, right? When you're interlacing your fingers, there's one way that feels really funny. Same here with grabbing your opposite elbows. Let your hands just go slack. With your knees soft, slowly ragdoll up to a stand. Shrug your shoulders up, back, and down the back. Take your hands interlace. Let's switch the interlacing so the opposite thumb is on top than when we were sitting. And just, again, open up your chest here. Sit bones, root down. Feet are balanced from right to left. You're not leaning forward. You're not leaning back. And then take your hands over to the right. And again, you can be using a strap if you need to. And draw your right elbow back to meet the left. And then let your right ear fall down towards your right shoulder just for a brief moment. Head comes back up to neutral. Move your hands all the way over to your left hip. Draw your left elbow back to meet your right. And turn just so you can see that. And then slowly, let's see, other way. Left ear towards left shoulder. Good. Head comes back up to neutral. Release your hands up to the sky. Interlace your fingers, index fingers release, palms are glued. Lift up, 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 up. Find balance in your feet first. Keep the balance and lengthen your body over to the right. Keep the balance. Once you're leaning to one foot or the other, that is where you stop. Inhale up through center. Go up and over towards the left. Balance stays in both feet evenly. So you'll figure that you could probably go further, but if you do, you're going to maybe lean into your left foot too much. Good. Inhale up through center. Exhale, let your hands just come down to your side body, and then slowly move your hands to your heart. Close your eyes for a moment. Shift over into your right foot. And just come up onto the left tippy toes, balancing on the right foot with your eyes closed. If you need to open your eyes, of course, do so. So you're standing on the right leg. You're just up on your left tippy toes. So it's there as a kickstand. Notice if you're moving a lot. I definitely am. That's normal. Hug to the midline to help yourself find center. Good. Set your left foot down. Shift over towards that left foot and just come up onto your right tippy toes. So the heel's lifted, maybe just your big toes on the ground, I don't know. And again, if you need to open your eyes, you open your eyes, but hug to the center of your body. So there's a line that goes down through the center of your chest, through your belly button, through the center of your nose. Hug all your energy in to hold yourself upright. Beautiful. Slowly let your right heel come down towards the middle or center, grounded, and open your eyes. Inhale, arms sweep to the sky. Exhale, fold through. Inhale, lift up halfway, hands to shins. Exhale, fold. Walk your hands forward into a plank pose, upward push-up. Take a deep breath, shift forward on your toes, and the knees can be down if you need it. Lower down to your belly, all the way to the earth. Take a baby cobra, inhale, heart lifting, feet pressing down, elbows reaching back and together, and then drop the chin a little bit so your neck is balanced. Exhale, move your way back into down dog. Inhale, right leg lifts to the sky. Bend your knee, open your hip for a moment. Feels so good. Exhale, bring your knee to your nose, round your spine. Step your right foot forward. Lower your left knee down to the ground, flatten the back ankle. Inhale, arms sweep up. Steeple mudra, switch which thumb is on top if you can think about it the funny way. Lift up through your side body. Exhale, circle your hands down to the mat. You can use blocks under your fingers if you need. Shift back. Ardha Hanuman, flex back through your right foot. Spread your right toes and then fold in and breathe. Good. Rebend your front knee. Tuck your back toe. Lift your back knee. Press back, down dog. Inhale, glide to plank pose. Feel free to always hold plank if you don't want to lower. Exhale, lower down to your belly. Inhale, baby cobra. Keep your neck long. Try to find that neutral space. Exhale, down dog. Left leg to the sky. At the top here, bend your knee and open your hip. Just feel that nice deep stretch for a moment. Exhale, bring knee to nose, round, and step all the way through for your low lunge. Lower the back knee down. Inhale, arms sweep up, steeple mudra. So we're going to go the way that feels most natural this time. Lift up through your side body. Glue the palms together. Feel rooted through whatever's touching the ground, but everything that's not is lifting up. Find that balance in the body. Good. Circle hands down to either the earth or your blocks. Shift back. Flex back through your left ankle. Spread your toes and fold. Breathe. We're in each pose just for a breath or two, so we're feeling ourselves opening up, but we're also staying fluid to help warm the body up. Rebend your front knee. Tuck the back toe, back knee lifts, press back, downward facing dog. Good. So we're going to do some waves in our body just to open things up. So round your spine, come forward towards a plank, and then bend your knees, push your butt back and lift your hips up. It's almost like a circle. Round your spine, come forward towards plank, bend your knees, push your butt back, and then lift up through your hips. So let's do that 3 more times just on your own. Finding the flow, fluidness in your body. Takes a moment to kind of figure out how you want to move. And this is organic, so there's no right or wrong, okay? Yours must going to definitely look different than mine. 1 more. As you press back up to down dog, find stillness for a moment. Heels drop, toes spread, fingers spread, eyes close. Feel that focus on your breath, on the sensations in your body, stepping away from the monkey mind. Good. Inhale, rise up onto toes, bend your knees, gaze forward, step, hop, or walk to the front. Come up halfway, hands to shins. Exhale, fold in. Arms stretched to the sky. Draw your hands to your heart. Spread your right toes out. Feel all of your weight go into your right foot. And then bring your left knee up and into your chest and hold on to that knee. Shoulders rolling down the back, crown of your head lifting, hugging to the midline. Breathe. If you feel good here, you can stay here. Otherwise, you can keep the knee lifted and reach the hands to the sky. Using the strength of your core to hold your left leg up. Feel yourself hugging your energy to the midline. Slow and steady, step back with your left foot into a high runner's lunge. Feel free to soften the back knee if you're feeling tight in the hips and the back. Square the hips and shoulders, and then come down into your pose. Spread your toes out. Feel your base here. Good. Take 3 more full deep breaths and consider just hugging to the midline and closing your eyes, testing your balance. As I close my eyes, I always feel my body kind of waving side to side. Hug to the midline. Maybe go a little bit deeper with your breath or with your body. Good. Big breath in. Good. Bring your hands to your heart. Look forward. And then press off that back foot and step back forward. Knee to chest. You can again hold onto the knee, or let's reach our hands up. Good. Take a deep breath in. And then just simply set your left foot down. Bring your hands to your heart. Shift the weight into your left foot now. Slow and steady, pick your right knee up and grab a hold of that knee. I always like to lift my toes up, so you're not like letting the foot hang. The leg gets really heavy when you do that. And then everything lifts up. You might even grow taller. You can stay here or reach hands to the sky. Hug to the midline. Testing yourself here. If you fall out, you fall out. You just get right back in, right? It's like that phrase, fall off the horse, get right back on. Same with our yoga practice. Just because you fall out doesn't mean you can't do it. Take a deep breath in. Slowly step back with your right foot. Find crescent. So you want to step so your feet are in line with your hips when you step and not on a tightrope. It's really hard to do. Square your hips, bend the back knee as much as you need. Come down into your body. Spread your toes out and then hug to the midline. Breathe. If you like, try closing your eyes with me. Hug to the midline. Be right here in your practice. It's really hard to balance if you're thinking about something else, so be here now. Woo. Got a deep breath in, eyes blink open. Got to bring your hands to your heart. Hug to the midline, step forward, try to draw your right knee up. You can hold the knee or reach the hands back up. Stand up taller. Lift your head like you're going to stamp it on the ceiling. Good. Gently set right foot down. Hands move to heart center. Good. Inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, fold through. Half lift, inhale. Palms to the earth, step to plank. Chaturanga Dandasana, you can skip if you need, halfway down. Cobra if you need it, otherwise we come into up dog. Legs are floating off the ground. Neck is neutral. Hug your navel towards your spine. Take the pressure out of your back. Exhale, move to down dog. Right leg lifts the sky. Exhale, draw your right knee to your nose and round. Just hold there. Hug to the midline. Good. Foot to the sky. Full extension back through the heel. Keep your hips level. Again, right knee to nose. One more time. Inhale, foot to the sky. Exhale, knee to nose. Curl forward even more. Step right foot through. Root your back heel to the earth. Heels in line with your hip bones. For warrior one, root down and rise up to stand. Plug back through the right hip even more. Square your heart. You can always stay right here if you need to. Bend into that front knee and really anchor down the outer edge of your back left foot. Option to take hands behind back, interlace fingers, or use your strap. Square your heart, lift through the heart. Exhale, hinge and fold over your front right thigh. Let your head release. You can also do this with your hands down on blocks if you need a little modification. Hips hug towards the middle. Drawing back through the right hip if you feel like your butt is turning to the right. Hug to that midline and find your balance here. You can feel like little movements in your ankles trying to support you. Take 2 more breaths. Good. Release your hands down to the ground or to blocks. Pivot to the ball of your back foot and shift back, straightening out the front right leg, flexing back so the heel is balancing you. Spread your toes. I have my back knee bent a little for support. Hands on block is a great option. And then again, draw your right hip back and in and breathe. Let your head release. Good. Rebend into your front leg and lift the back left leg up now, standing splits. Head relaxes. Shake your head yes and no. Shake it out. I like blocks for this next part. You don't have them. You don't need them. That's okay. Bend your standing leg and lift your chest. Feel like your back is turning on, your core is turning on, and then take your hands to your heart. You're finding maybe a modified warrior 3. So if your leg is down, your chest is lifted, right? If your chest is parallel, try to get your leg parallel. Don't fold in half here. Okay, lift that leg up a little higher. Take a deep breath in. Slowly come to stand. Bring your left knee up and into your chest. Good. Take your left hand to your left ankle and move your left foot into tree pose. It can be at your inner right thigh, or you can put it down below your knee on your calf. Reach hands to the sky. Hug to the midline. Stand evenly on your right foot. And now lift your head up an inch higher. Yes, you've got that. Hugging the outer body towards the inner body. Focus your eyes on one thing that's not moving. And then when you get there, if you feel pretty steady and you want to try, close your eyes for a second. See what happens. Good. Take a deep breath in. Eyes blink open. Hands move to heart. Pivot left knee into your chest. Take a deep breath here. And then slowly step back, crescent lunge. Good. Reach your hands to the sky. Hug to the midline. Take a big breath in. Exhale. Left hand releases to the ground or to a block. Right hand lifts up, twist. Good. Circle right hand to the mat. Step back to a plank pose. Let your right foot hover. Hug to the midline and balance for 3. Whew. 2. Chaturanga optional. Both feet ground for up dog. Down dog, press it back. Deep breath in through your nose. Sigh it out. Left leg lifts to the sky, hips are level. Exhale, knee to nose, hug the midline. Find your balance right over your fingertips here. Challenge yourself, come forward even further than you think. Inhale, foot to the sky. Nice and slow movements, no rushing. Knee to nose. Core turns on. One more time, foot to the sky. Exhale, step through. Root your back, right heel down. We're coming for warrior 1. So root down first. And that back foot's angled forward quite a bit. Hips are forward, rise up. Warrior 1. Square your hips by plugging your left hip back a little bit more. Take your hands, interlace the funny way. So now we balance that brain, opposite thumb on top, open up through your chest, and you might use a strap here. Remember, you do whatever you need to do for your back. If you need to stay upright, do so. Lift your heart, inhale. Hug to the midline as you fold for humble warrior. Head releases down. Navel hugs spine. Back heel is rooted. Hug to the midline so you don't kind of fall over here. And again, if your butt is turning to the left, you need to draw your left hip back. Shoulders are evenly facing the ground. Neck released. Neck released. Core hugging in. Back leg strong. 2 more breaths. I feel a lot of balance in this pose. How do you feel yourself hugging in? If you don't, you'll fall over, right? Release fingertips to the ground. Pivot to the ball of your back foot and straighten the front left leg. Balancing on the heel, pull your toes back. So hands on blocks is an option. Back knee bent a little bit here is an option. And then try to drop the right hip as you plug the left hip back. And I love practicing without a mirror because I just want you to feel your body. You don't have to be staring in a mirror the whole time. Feel what you're doing. Don't worry what you look like. Good, rebend your front knee and then lift the back right leg up. Find standing split. Shake your head out. Get rid of tension in your neck. Good. We're still balancing on our front left foot, so you can come up on your fingertips, up on blocks, but you do want to engage the back here. So you're lifting up, and I have a little bit of a bend in my left leg. I like it better that way. And then bring your hands up to your heart, and you're finding a warrior 3. Drop the outer right hip, lift the inner right thigh. Try to stay a straight line as best you can. Breathe, you got it. Slow and steady, we stand upright, bringing our right knee up and into your chest. Grab a hold of your right ankle with the right hand and place your right foot into tree. Think about mirroring what you did on the first side. Just don't push on your kneecap, right? Or the inside of your knee. Good, hands reach out and up. Fingers spread, elbows soft, hug to the midline. Eyes, find something to look at that's not going to move, just a little speck in front of you. And maybe you close your eyes, just see what happens. If you fall, get right back in. I'm more wiggly today, which is perfect because I really need this balance practice. Take another breath. And eyes blink open. Good. Slowly bring your right knee to your chest and then step it back for crescent pose. Hug to the midline, lengthen through your spine. Inhale. Exhale, twist. Right hand to the ground, left hand to the sky. Just rinse out your spine. Good. Big breath in. Circle left hand down to the mat. Step your left foot to plank and let it hover in plank for 3. Whoo. Hug to the midline for that balance. 2. Optional chaturanga. Both feet come down for up dog if you took it. Exhale, knees to the earth. Child's pose. Ground your energy. Feeling like you can let go. Close your eyes. Find your breath again. Take 2 more breaths here. When you're ready, make your way back into your down dog. Good. Hug to your midline. Lift your right leg up to the sky. Look forward towards your hands and come up onto your left fingertips. Good. Some of you might play with just lifting the left hand up off the ground, hugging to the midline for that balance. Take another breath with it. Place the left hand back down. Bring your right knee to your nose and step the right foot through. Rise up for crescent pose. Woo! Good. Finding your crescent. Look forward, something out in front of you or on the ground in front of you, and you're shifting your weight forward. Maybe the hands stay reaching forward. They can come back by your hips. Come forward, warrior three. Good. Bend your standing right leg, step back, crescent. Good. Exhale forward, warrior three. Hug to the midline, step back, crescent. One more time, come forward, warrior three. Good. Find that warrior three, breathe here for 3, 2. Stand upright, bring your left knee into your chest. Good. Flex your left ankle, bend your right knee a little bit, and cross left ankle over the top of your right thigh. If you need, hands can come down to your shin for balance. They can come to your heart, or they can remain lifted. Sit down a little bit more, hug back through your right hip more, breathe. Feel your hip opening. You can hear my voice shaking because it's a lot of work to balance. 2 more deep breaths. I am right with you guys. Take another breath in. Stand up, left knee to chest, and step back to your crescent. Let's twist a little bit deeper. Bring your hands to your heart. Lengthen side body, left upper arm across your right thigh. Press down through your palms and spiral open. This is a really good balance pose, I believe, even though we have both feet on the ground. So hug back through your right hip, but strengthen your left leg. See if you can spiral open a little bit more. Shoulder blades down the back. Maybe it feels good to release your gaze and release your neck. Breathe. One more deep breath. Let's unwind our fingertips down to the ground. Frame your front right foot and lift your left leg up. Come back to standing splits. Hug to the midline. Take your right hand around the back of your right leg. Hold on to that right leg. And toy with the idea of taking left hand there as well, hugging to the midline for this balance. Lift up through the inner left thigh and breathe. Relax your neck. Take one more breath. Good. Slow and steady. Step back into a high runner's lunge. Ground your palms down and go all the way back into down dog. Bend your knee and open up your hip. I always like to release my hip flexor here. Let's take a little hip opener. So right knee behind right wrist, foot to the left for single leg pigeon. Inch back through your back left knee, lengthen through your spine, and then fold in here. Let your body settle for about 8 breaths. Take tension out of your hands, your neck, your shoulders, close your eyes. If this doesn't feel right, you can be on your back, thread the eye of the needles, an alternate pose for your knees. Go ahead, crawl back up onto your hands. Tuck your back toe, lift your back knee, head back down to downward facing dog. And you're lifting your right leg, and then you're going to come forward and lower the left knee. Keep your right leg lifted and find balancing cat, left hand forward, right leg back. Hug to the midline. Option to stay here. Second option, bend your right leg, reach the instep of your right foot with your left hand, and then kick foot into hand and maybe look forward. Hug to the midline to balance for the last 3, 2. Hand and foot release without slingshotting them. Stretch them out long. Hand down, knee down. Downward facing dog. Let it go. Standing on right leg, left leg lifts to the sky. Look forward at your hands. Rise up onto your right fingertips. Hug to the midline. And if you want, you can play with lifting your right hand off the ground for a second or maybe longer. Breathe. Yes. Right hand comes down, knee to nose, coil forward, crescent pose, rise up to stand. Square your hips and shoulders. So the arms can stay lifted or they can kind of sweep back by your hips as you move. So deep breath in. Exhale, come forward. Warrior three. Just briefly. Inhale, crescent. Exhale, forward. Warrior three. I'm cheating with the wall. One more time. Crescent. And forward to warrior three. Pause and breathe. Square the hips by dropping the right hip down just a little bit. Slowly stand upright. Bring your right knee up and into your chest. Bend your left leg, cross right ankle over the top of left thigh, sit back. Hands can move to your shin or to your heart if you need. Sit a little deeper, hug to the midline, hug your left hip back and in. Breathe. Beautiful. Let's stand up tall. Right knee to chest, still hugging in to balance. Let me step back to crescent. Whew. Hands to heart. Let's twist, lengthen, and draw right elbow across your left thigh. Press down through the top left palm, spiral open. Hug left hip back and in. Maybe the neck just wants to release and the gaze wants to release. Hug to the midline. This, for me, is a big balancing pose because I'm always kind of wobbling side to side. Beautiful outer hip stretch for me today. Take another breath. God, release your fingertips to the ground, frame your front standing left foot, and pick your right leg up for standing splits. Bow in. Square the hips and take left hand around the back of your left ankle. Head releases. Hug to the midline if you're feeling up for it. Right hand goes there as well. The more you hug in and lift your lifted leg, the easier the balance. Relax your neck. You're looking past your shin towards the back of your mat. Good. Deep breath in. Fingers to the ground. Step right foot all the way back and then lift your left leg to the sky and bend your knee and open up your hip. And that feels good. Let's take pigeon stretch. Left knee behind left wrist, foot to the right with your ankle nice and flexed. Inch the right knee back, square the hips, come up onto your fingers, lengthen your spine. Surrender forward. Relax neck, shoulders, hands, whatever you might be unnecessarily using here. Just let it go. Taking a sacred pause in our practice. And really, this pose makes me feel grounded. I'm being really supported by what's below me. So remember, when you are on the edge of balance and kind of on the edge of uncertainty in my balance, sometimes I might fall, sometimes I might not, you need to do things that ground you as well. Good. Crawl back up onto your hands. Tuck your back toe. You're going to press back to down dog. Take your left leg to the sky. Stretch it up and back. And then shift forward. Lower your right knee down for balancing cat. Square the hips and reach your right hand forward. Hug your navel to your spine. You can stay here or bend your lifted leg. Grab the instep, kick foot into hand, hug to the midline, looking forward. This doesn't have to be a super deep back bend. It's more of hugging in and balancing. And if you're like me, my quads are so tight. This is what it's going to be. Take 2 more breaths.
without slingshotting your foot. Release hand and foot, lengthen out, hand down, knee down. Take a break, child's pose. And let it all go. We have one more playful pose here with our balance. So you can come back to what we just did on hands and knees if you need to modify. Otherwise, we start in down dog. Let's lift our right leg to start. Look forward to your hands and come up on your left fingertips. Hug to the midline, some of you going further, bending your right leg and walking your left hand back a little bit. Hug to the midline. The next step is reaching for the instep of your right foot. Kick foot into hand and find your balance right here. Wherever you are, take 3 more deep breaths. Hand and foot release, hand down, foot down. Take a brief pause. If you want to, you can do a couple of those little rolls with me. So you're shifting forward towards plank, rounding your spine, bend your knees, and then hips go up and back. Let's do 3 of those. Round the spine coming forward, bend knees, hips go up and back, and last one. Left leg to the sky. You always have a side that's easier, right? Look forward at your hands, come up onto your right fingertips. Walk your right hand back and bend your left leg. That might be enough. Slowly move your right hand back and see if you can find your left leg. Keep your eyes still. If you get your foot in your hand, kick your foot into your hand. Ooh, it's like you're on a tightrope here. Breathe for another 3. 2. Hand and foot release. Knee down. Let's do 3 more of those little rolls. So just letting the spine release, come forward towards plank, bend your knees and back. Make it really organic, these last 3. One more time through. Beautiful. And let's step or hop through to our sitting bones. We've arrived, friends. We did it. Come down onto your back. So ground your feet, tuck your tail, and roll down slow. Let's go for the count of 10. Don't rush. 9, 8, 7. Here's where it gets tough. Stay with it. 5, 4. Last few. Push your shoulders back. 3, 2, and 1. Knees in. Rock side to side. Close your eyes and breathe. Feel the support you have of the ground below you. Beautiful, beautiful practice today, friends. Let's take a 2-knee twist. The knees drop towards the left. Anchor your right shoulder down and gaze to the right. Let your spine unwind. Really let go of your mind, your breath, anything that has been working hard for you here. I always feel like when a practice is a little bit more challenging, I can really unwind at the end better. And I do encourage you when this practice is over, take a little extra shavasana for yourself if you have the time for it. Bring your knees back through center. Switch sides for your twist. Just moving nice and slow and mindfully. Let your body rinse out, release. For me, twisting always is a symbol of letting go, of detoxification physically, but also mentally and emotionally. And if you've been feeling like you have a lot on your plate, twisting could just kind of tell your body, your mind, your heart to
leave the stuff that's not working behind. I know lately, personally, I've been feeling like kind of like a scatterbrain, right? Bring your knees back to center. Bring your feet together and your knees wide and Supta Baddha Konasana. Hand on belly and hand on chest, and just close your eyes. That place of being scattered in the mind. Too many things on my plate, going from project to project or thing to thing and never really feeling like I'm accomplishing anything. Sometimes like only getting half done, right? And I find that in those times where my mind just can't catch up with what I'm doing, the best thing to do is to slow down, to, even though you might feel like you don't have space or time for it, to take the time, come back to your mat, find your practice, and I always feel like I can find more focus. I can prioritize what's important. Coming back to self. And there's a lot of things on my plate that just don't matter. Let those things go. Take a moment to just unwind, unravel from your practice. Feel your body breathing under your hands. Don't rush out of your practice. This is the nectar right here. Be in this moment. And you can stay here in Supta Baddha Konasana for as long as you need. If you're ready to move out of it, scoop the knees together and just stretch your legs out. If you need any other unwinding poses, take those now. Hands can rest back on your body, or they can be out to the sides with your palms turning up. Close your eyes if they're not already. Take one more deep breath together. Let your breath go. Stay here. Get the nectar of your practice. Take as long of a shavasana as you have time for today. And my friends, this is where we part. I'm so glad you're here for this practice. Don't forget to subscribe, like this class, comment if you loved it, and I will see you soon. Namaste.